Hi guys, welcome back to Peaks 47. Thank you for joining me again. In this episode I'm going to show you how I've scratch built this lean-to extension on the railway cottage. Well, that was fun to make. I did it more just to see if I could actually do it more than anything. Probably a lot easier to use some real glazed windows, but the idea of that is that will sit in there once I've weathered this up and got the roof on it. I'm going to quickly paint this up now and weather it. If you want to see my method for doing this, you can go back a couple of videos. I can leave the link in the description on how I did the cottage. I need to make this match now, so I'm going to paint that up, look at getting the roof on, get the glazing in, and then have a look at scratch building a door for it. Well, fortunately my weathering is pretty consistent, so the lean-to now matches the cottage, so I can concentrate on getting the roof on now, get the glazing in, and start thinking about putting it all together. So I've decided to remove the barrel and the drain pipe here. I'm going to put a down pipe back on that goes straight into the ground, and I'm going to move the barrel and put it on the end of the lean-to. I've got one of these rods that I've had from work. This makes up some of our road signs and some of our speed restriction signs, like the SO17 or SO17, and it bends really easily. I haven't even had to warm it up, and you can bend this stuff to get you some shapes. I'm going to try and put a small hole in this barrel, cut down this pipe, have it come out the barrel, going up to the corner of the roof, and then I may just put one across there just to give it a little bit of detail, as if there is a guttering going along the top. So I've had this stuff for a while now, and I've only just opened it. I just bought it ages ago and figured it might come in some use one day, and I think it will do now. So these tiles are the same style as the cottage, which is a good start. You get plenty of stuff in the pack, notice boards, those different types of tiles, chimney stacks, flat roofs. It's It's maybe a bit of a drive or something, or is it a flat roof perhaps? I'm not too sure. It's the first time I've actually looked at it. So by the looks of it, I'm going to be using these. I'm just going to use one. Obviously I need to cut it down to size, and that's going to give me my roof, and then I need to prime it, match it up to the cottage roof best I can. So that's what I'm going to be doing next, and then I can look at doing my guttering and my water butts and my downpipes next. I just wanted to share this little bit with you before I move on. So obviously I've cut it down to the size I want, and you get this ridge going around the edge is obviously where your gable and your walls sit in. So obviously when I cut it down, I'm losing it on an edge, so it doesn't fit too well. So what I've done using the Dremel is I've just chamfered an edge around it, so essentially trying to match this edge, and it seems to fit just about flush now, which was what I was looking for. So I think I've made a catastrophic error with this, if I'm brutally honest with myself. I don't think I've got enough pitch on this lean-to. That just looks too flat. I think the pitch needs to be more that sort of height. So I've decided I'm going to start again. It's pretty simple to do, as you've already seen. So I've already got my two sides now, and I think that is going to give me a better pitch. So I'm going to get it all knocked up again, and then I'll be back when we move on to putting the roof back on. Right, I'm back to where I was an hour ago now. I've done the door a little bit narrower this time, since it's not the main entrance to the property. So I can now look at getting my roof tiles on. I hope you agree that's a much better pitch. Right, so it's coming on a bit now. I've glued the lean-to in place. I've weathered the tiles, same process as I did with these. They just need the scenics adding on there. I've put a downpipe on. I haven't decided what colour I'm painting the barrel yet. I started painting it in a blue and sort of thought I'll stop. I'll come back to that. I'm going to cheat a little bit on the door. I've got a KX057, which is the derelict barn that's in production at Scale Model Scenery. I've taken the door out of that. I'm going to put the door in there. And then I've also got quite a big bag of these thin bits of 0.8 plywood. Bossman given me and said, we haven't got much use for these. Do you want to see if you can do anything with them? I thought, yeah, I'll have them. I've had them a while. And I've just figured they're not a million miles away for lintels, so I'm just going to slice them down ever so slightly and just put a stone lintel above that door, just to try and keep it within keeping on this one. So I'm going to leave that there for this episode. I'm calling that lean-to extension complete. In the next episode, I'll be looking at starting to do the garden, put the boundary in. Most of the video will be putting this kit together, the LX056 from Scale Model Scenery, and I'm intending on using that fence along this track line here. So we'll walk through weathering it, painting the wires, that kind of thing, get the boundary and start getting some static grass on, and generally just starting to build the area up.